Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. Super happy to show you all this one. This is a Le Mans Wayzata. Go ahead and correct me in the comments on how to say it, but hopefully this video comes out a lot better than my last one. I'm not too sure. I apologize for my past video of the Richie. I know that's a high-end bike, and I'm not here to talk about it too much today, but the video did get uploaded super weird. Like, I think it's because I go from orientation to orientation. Like, I try to make reels and then I try to make videos. So, you know, portrait to landscape, those things kind of mess up the video. So I apologize for my last video, but you know, hey, we move on. I posted it. If folks want to cry about it, by all means, you can zoom just by extending your fingers on any YouTube video now. So I guess that's my one saving grace on that video. You can really zoom in. Without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into this. Yeah, so in the early 2000s, Le Mans was doing some pretty crazy stuff. They had a pomp rad. I think I'm saying that right. Again, correct me if I'm wrong. And then they had this Wayzata. So this was like the ultimate dad bike back in the day. And the reason why I say ultimate dad bike is because A, this had V-brakes, right? B, it's a Le Mans. Great very entry level components, Tiagra components on there. Decent, I guess, gearing ratios. Bontrager components, Bontrager Select. And after this, I'll throw up on the screen kind of like the specs on this, because this is pretty spec to how the bike came from the store or wherever this was purchased from. So very, very high-end dad bike. And I think this is probably one of the best all-arounder commuter bikes that you can buy, ever. And the reason for this is A, it's not that expensive to find one of these. And well, actually the Wayzata, if you see on eBay right now, they do go for a few bones, but you could find these in this shape, right? And here, let me zoom in on the shape. Pretty crusty, right? The chain is super crusty. Maybe my camera's not focusing in, but maybe I could. Anyways, it doesn't want to focus in. Maybe I could do this. Nope. Anyways, yeah, so pretty crusty condition. I'm pretty sure you could just tell with just the color. Yeah, really crusty. And you could just see there's just dirt, salt, and everything anywhere. And even the rims, really crusty. Yep. So yeah, you could find these in this condition, and this is a really easy bike to work on. Exposed cabling, V-brake setup, really easy to set up. Flat bars, so you could just pull up. Oh, well, now I know that the headset needs working on. Look, it doesn't even fall forward. Anyways, so yeah, flat bars, so you could easily take these out, just cut these grips out. These are disgusting, by the way. I don't know if my camera can, I don't know why my camera's not getting anything. Anyways, these were white at one point. Now they're not. They're white with black specks. I don't even want to know the black specks. Anyways, but yeah, 1 1/8 head tube, so a lot of options out there to, if you really wanted to switch out the fork, which I'm not going to do. I think this is a Knies fork, so pretty high-end fork on itself. And yeah, I guess the star of the show is the frame, right? So let's see the material. 853, very, very nice frame material. Reynolds, oh my gosh. So again, this is why I think this is one of the contenders for one of, if not the best cost per ratio, steel, V-brake, and you could probably fit some decent sized tires. For sure in the front, I don't know if you can see that, for sure in the front you could fit something bigger. These are 32Cs already, and this makes it look small. The back, I'm not too sure. This is a 32C without air. It's all flat, so it still has to grow. I'm gonna put some 35s on here in the future, so near future. But again, yeah, this thing is really nice. It's all there. I really like how it's pretty much factory spec. It's my size, 55 centimeters on the dot. I've ridden one of these. I forgot which one. I think it's a Tournamental or something, but again, 853 tubing, but that one had road componentry. You couldn't fit anything more than like a 728C. This one you can. So you're not limited to just the road, or I guess you could do gravel bikes with 28C. Yes, not as comfortable as riding with like a 35 or even a 40, C tire on here. The rims, I'm not too happy with the rims. They are Bontrager. They do have like the weird spokes, the doubling pair spokes of the early 2000s, yes. The reason why I don't like them is because I've had Bontrager rims before, and I like the lightweightness of I think it's like the X Light, Race Light, and whatever. This is the Select, so this is all entry-level componentry on here. So these wheels are actually decently heavy, and I think they make up the majority of the weight of the bike. Along with this Tiagra group set, it's a pretty hefty group set. Like this is, well, a lot of these cranks aren't hollow, but I don't know. I feel like a lot of these components are very heavy for this bike, and the sad part about that is that they use the same tubings on their race bikes of the same time period. So it kind of sucks to see. I don't know why Le Mans, because Le Mans Pomp Red, I think it had like Dura Ace or like higher componentry, Altegra maybe. I'm not too sure, but the Wayzata just tanked. I don't know why they didn't do like a 105 kind of mix, or even go SRAM. SRAM was there at the time. So I don't know. I don't know why they let this one slip. This could have been one of the best bikes. I think I looked at the original price tag and it was $1,000 in 03. That was a pretty decent amount of money. That I'm not saying that was cheap, but for $1,000 back then, I think they could have done a little bit better. That's all I'm saying. I think they did the best they can, and they wanted to. And again, Le Mans of that time period were really high end. This is a high end Reynolds frame. And I get it that they wanted to put something at the price point of like the average consumer. Again, your dad, bike type of price point back in the day. But I think this had so much potential to be way better. And I think this is a very slept on bike. So if you see one locally that fits you, please just grab it. And if it's cheap enough, please grab it. You're not going to be disappointed. I already know this fits me. I've ridden the road bike version with skinnier tires, and it rode great. I've done a lot of miles on that bike. I'll put up a picture of it, and then I'll put up a picture of the specs on here. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this build. So I wanted to show this small clip of this video because I just wanted to, I started to work on this a little bit, and I think this is worth noting. This now spins. The owner said that this rim wasn't true, but in reality, so if you could just imagine, the brakes were not adjusted with these small adjuster bolts, and it was rubbing like that, right? And it wouldn't go. So I said, okay, I like to work on bikes and I fix bikes. So all I did was I played with these little screws at the end, right? And then lo and behold, it started working again. And look, this rim is extremely true. So what I think this bike's gonna uncover, and a lot of bike guys could tell this just by first glance at a bike, and I kind of knew this going in, is that this was a bike that just wasn't taken care of. The chain's off the front cog, and I think it just fell off, but there's no wear on the bottom bracket shell. And the back brake, and the owner said that he said, oh, I think the rim's not true or something. So maybe he took it to a shop and they wanted to charge him a few bucks to just do nothing, you know, because it has brand new box 3 brakes, which are actually really good brakes. So super interesting that I was able to determine, you know, and you guys could do this at home too, to determine if your rim's true or not, just, you know, or if your brakes just need some quick adjustment. And this came from down south California, so everything's really dry on here. I think with a good like little polish or something, this is gonna look brand new again. I'm suspecting this frame is gonna unveil a really nice bike, or excuse me, I think this patina is gonna unveil a really nice bike, and I think this is gonna be an amazing keeper. And I think this paint's gonna come out really well. So let's keep going with just getting it going. Okay, so next it's just a matter of putting the chain back on. And the guy that I got it from just wasn't mechanically inclined, and he even said that too. Like, he even called himself out on his faults. Oh look, it even went into proper gear. Here, let me pull it away. This isn't a proper bike stand, and I've said that multiple times in my videos. I just use it because it's very convenient that I have my home gym set up right here. The chain's really gunky, but I can almost guarantee you it's not worn out. And look, the wheel's spinning very nicely, actually. And these little cable ends actually look like factory ones. And the reason why I know this is because A, I've worked on a lot of bikes. B, there's a certain, I don't know if other bike guys out there can tell, there's a certain way the factories put or, you know, the bike shops or whoever built this bike, they always do these cable ends the same way. It's like they're provided with all the same ones, and then I guess consumers and stuff get a different type of cable end here. But yeah, super interesting, super interesting. So now that the chain's on, let's see how the rear shifter shifts. Okay, so I'm just gonna cycle through the gears real quick. I'm gonna go next gear. Oh wow. Next gear. Wow. That engagement is so good. I'm shocked. Yeah, it cycled through the gears. Okay, let me drop. Tire grip's a little sticky just from the review that I read on tire grip, but it shifted great. And I think this bike just needs a breakdown. Like, I already fixed 2 of the main things, or I guess the main thing, which was the brake, the V-brakes that were on there, and then the chain was falling off, and now I can shift into all the tops. I'm a little shocked. Alright, so I just took off the wheels on this, just to kind of get a feel of the heft of the bike, and this thing is really light. I am very happy with that I got this thing, because I still have more weight to take off. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this video. I'm going to continue on getting it to look the way it was before, because there's nothing that I need to do that's drastic. Clean up the chain, put some dry lube on some of these cables, get the shifting kind of a little bit better, ride it around for a little bit, and then I think I'm gonna upgrade this, but I'll do it in 2 separate videos. I'll make sure to have you guys along on the road, so very happy that I have this thing, and yeah, super stoked. Alrighty folks, it is towards the end of the day. The sun's getting real low, no pun intended. Anyways, yeah, I finished the build. My camera or my phone battery kind of died in the process, but I'll just go over it really quickly. I put Panaracer Pasella tires on there, 38C. They fit with a lot of space. The rear, not so much. Probably could squeeze a 40 in there, but that's about it. But yeah, this build, I just wanted to showcase, you know, what bikes are out there right now for sale. And by no means is this thing a slouch, but it is more of a cruiser. I have it set it up as a cruiser. It rides really great. Like I'm very happy with this bike. It's got this really nice like coffee gray color. It's kind of hard to see since the sun's down, but it's like a grayish tan color. I got this bike really cheap and I kept it kind of at a cheap build. I'm gonna put a new chain and a new cassette. I know you keen eye people could probably see that it's all dirty, but I'm gonna throw a whole new crank set on there, probably rear derailleur, some different shifters and brakes. I'll upgrade this, but I wanted to show kind of what you can do with just your average dad bike. And back in the day, this was classified as a dad bike. Not a cheap one, but definitely was. But yeah, again, my camera died midways into me doing this build, so I didn't do much to it though. So I just cleaned up the shifters, re-lubed them. Off camera, I kind of took these Shimano 9-speed shifters apart, re-greased them or re-lubed them. And the cables are all the same. Everything worked out well. Everything was just dry on this bike. As you remember, the brakes were like really like a grayish color. Now they're like a more blackish color with some of these you could really see. With that T9 product, kind of brought some life back into this bike. But yeah, I think it turned out great. I'll probably just switch out the saddle. I think that saddle's too dark for kind of the build that I'm going for. It's like a sore thumb, you know, sticks out like a sore thumb. Everything else is like a lighter, nicer color. These grips are pretty dirty, so I'll just have to clean them up. But yeah, hopefully in the future I'll have a video where you all will see kind of the upgrading of this bike. If you like more videos like this, please like, share, and subscribe. Very happy with all the support in my last video, even though it was uploaded, for some reason it uploaded really tiny onto YouTube. So again, apologies for that, but feel free to look at my Instagram. I have some really cool pictures and some cool reels about bikes and stuff. Thank you so much. Have a good one. Bye.